Hey, I'm Alistair from Trail & Kill, and today I'm taking a look at the Kane Revive recovery shoes. So that's these EVA foam shoes that are all made from EVA foam from a sugarcane-based ethanol. More about that in my in-depth review on trailandkill.com. Follow the link up there if you want to know all the tech behind these shoes. This is going to be a Kane Revive review that kind of focuses on my thoughts and my experiences using these shoes as a recovery tool after running and long days on my feet. Okay, so let's get started and let's take a look at the look of the shoes. So I think they look pretty interesting, very unique. Some of you might feel they look a bit like Crocs, if you're familiar with that brand. Probably because of the plastic and the colouring of the shoes, but that's probably the only similarity between Kane Footwear and Crocs, because these shoes are designed specifically for the niche of trying to recover your feet quickly after exercise or long days on your feet. So it's quite a niche, generally most likely going to be focused at runners, triathletes, cyclists, anyone who's using their feet a lot. But I don't believe it should be a niche because there are so many people who work on their feet all day. So people in constructions or people who work in hospitals, they use their feet a heck of a lot, and I feel like they too could benefit from some recovery shoes like this. So I wanted to see if these shoes were any good and if the marketing about them actually helping recover your feet actually worked. Before I really get stuck into my experiences using these recovery shoes from Kane Footwear, firstly I'm just going to go through a few of the features. So it's a very unique shoe, as I mentioned before. It's very lightweight, but it's all made from this EVA foam material, so there's really not many pieces. There's literally the upper, the midsole and the outer sole, the outsole, and this little lace at the back. So you know, there's literally this midsole and the outsole is one piece, and then the upper is another piece. So really interesting construction. Before I go on, I should mention about the sizing and how they fit me. So Kane Footwear don't do half sizes. So luckily I'm a size 9, and I went for a size 9 with these shoes, and they fit me pretty well. There's a little bit of wiggle room, but I think that's within the design of these recovery shoes. Helen got a smaller size. She is usually a half size, 7.5 US women's. So on the Kane Footwear website, they do recommend sizing down if you are a half size. So Helen went with a size 7, and she says it fits pretty well. And from my understanding, there seems like there's a little bit of wiggle room in her shoes, just like there is in mine. So I think that is for the design, and that's a good thing. Going through a few of the key features that help this shoe become a recovery shoe then. Firstly, you've got the upper, which has these very obvious holes in them. So that allows for airflow and breathability to keep your feet cool when they're recovering. Also, one of the most important features in my eyes, or the most unique features, is if you can see here on the footbed, there are these little nodes which are raised, and what those nodes do are kind of stimulate blood flow, because it creates a little tingling, a little massage on your bottom of your feet, and that is really the main feature here that makes these shoes a recovery shoe. But of course there is the breathability feature, and also it's got this very cushioned midsole here made with the EVA foam, and it is very, very squishy. And you really notice this when you stand on it for long periods of time. In our home we've got a lot of hardwood flooring, so it's nice to be able to wear some shoes inside the house that kind of soften your walk around our house, and that really helps with recovery as well. Looking towards the outsole, this is the same EVA foam. And there is quite a bit of grip on there, so you know, this will give you some traction outdoors. Any shiny, high polished surfaces, I would be wary of this actually giving you as much grip as you probably would need because of it. actual EVA foam material that's being used. It's not an extra rubbery sole on there. And I feel this is probably a way that Kane Footwear could improve the Revive shoe, and that is by just adding a more rubbery outsole layer on here. That would probably give you more grip in more scenarios and situations. Towards the back you've got this hang loop which can be taken out. The shoes do actually come with 2 extra hang loops that you can change out, and they're 2 different colours. Also, this can be used to slip the shoes on, because this is one piece and it's fairly rigid. Yes, it's very, it's got flexibility there, but it's a pretty rigid shoe, so you will want to use this to slip them on and maybe take them off as well. Alright, talking about my experiences using the Kane Revive recovery shoes then. So I've been using them for a few weeks after running, after long days on my feet, whatever that may be, if I'm doing some gardening or if I'm out doing multiple runs, going for a cycle ride, or just working on my renovation in the house. I put these on in the evening and it really does relax my feet. The nodes on the bottom, on the inside of a shoe, on the footbed, really do give you a funny little tingling sensation to your feet, and that's designed to stimulate the blood flow in your feet. Blood flow means recovery, so I feel like that is probably actually doing some good to my feet. It feels good, and any niggles that I sometimes have, I feel like they're kind of less pronounced. So I do feel like the shoes are working. I also like that there's kind of this rocker geometry on the shoes. So if you look at them flat on from the side, you'll notice there is a curvature, and that helps with the flow of your walking. So that is another aspect of the shoes that kind of helps recovery, because it means your feet aren't working as hard to actually walk around. So that's really nice. So I've really been enjoying using them. I would definitely recommend them if you do need some kind of extra help in recovering your feet after long runs, or maybe working on your feet all day. They're also very good for stand-up paddleboarding because they are waterproof. There's no material that takes on water in the shoes either, and they do actually float as well. So if you were to lose a shoe whilst doing a water sport like kayaking or stand-up paddleboarding, then shoes will float, so you can quickly grab them and get them back on your feet should they ever fall off. Which, to be honest, I don't think they would, because they fit quite well. Well, that's my Kane Revive review. If you want a more in-depth look at the Kane Revive recovery shoes, definitely check out this link up here. That will take you to my in-depth review on trailandkale.com. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to the channel. There's plenty more gear reviews like this coming all the time, so I'd love to see you subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.